Hello. Today we're going to continue on talking about the classification of neighborhoods. And today we're going to be talking about Class C neighborhoods.
As a single professional, I had debt and no savings after my divorce. I always wondered how I can start investing in real estate to secure my future. I studied programs that gave me all the benefits of investing in real estate. Some claim I could start with no money, but I could not find one that gave me the practical, actionable steps I needed. As a wealth advisor, I've met people that own real estate but weren't ahead financially. They were rich, but they weren't wealthy. Then I finally realized that there was one vital component missing that makes someone become wealthy or not. And on the show, I will reveal what I found and give you the step-by-step actions to start investing in real estate and increase your wealth. My name is Araceli. Let's get started.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this series on the classification for neighborhoods. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I recommend you go watch them. The first one that I did was on the factors that it takes into consideration to classify an area. And then we have the video on A-type properties and B-type properties. So today we're going to be talking about my most favorite classification or neighborhood, which is the C neighborhood, right kind of in the middle of the road of all the properties. And you'll see why. I think it does have the best of all worlds, and most investors would prefer this. I'm going to show you a little presentation so you can have a better idea what a C-type property looks like. Okay, let's go. So C neighborhood. This is actually my most favorite class of neighborhood. And if you are doing rentals, probably this is the best neighborhood class that you can possibly be in. So no matter what level of investor you are, from beginner to a seasoned professional, having some rentals in a C neighborhood would be probably really good. So we're going to explore where the neighbor specifics. So this properties, Class C real estate is typically older. I would say 40 plus years old, and doesn't have the finishes that Class A or B might have. They won't have all the bells and whistles, that's for sure. And there are not a lot of moving parts to them. For instance, many Class C real estate will have garage doors that are manual, or they might not even have one. They might have just a carport. They may not have a garbage disposal or dishwashers, and all of these things that are considered bells and whistles in a property. These properties may need a lot of repairs and renovations to get them into a rent-ready condition. Some people have lived in those houses for a long, long time, and therefore they are outdated, or they neglected it because now they're older and they can't do the repairs. So that's why the entry point is lower than A and B, but you will require to have lots of repairs in many cases. So the landscape on C neighborhoods is not as pretty as A and B, that's for sure. But you will still have an overall nice, or what you can call an average neighborhood appearance. Locations that are classified as C are generally near buses or any other means of transportation. They will include your typical grocery stores, fast food, and basic restaurants. Some shops, maybe some coffee shops as well. And the crime is a little higher than a Class B area. The school districts may not be award-winning, but they can still be considered a great place for children. So the residents on a Class C The tenants that you will have here, they're usually known as a blue collar, mid to lower income earners. They're also considered hard workers. For instance, if you drive up and down the streets of a Class C neighborhood in the middle of the day, you most likely won't see various people hanging out. Why? Because they're at work. Yes, of course. This type of workers are also more protected than Class A and maybe B during a recession. The reason is because they hold key jobs that are maybe at a local hospitals and colleges that can stand up economic downturns. So that's basically how you identify the Class C neighborhoods. And as you can see in the picture, they're older and they don't have a lot of appeal to it. So let's take a look at the pros. The pros is that you have a lower acquisition and the profitability is high because therefore your rents are not, they're still a little higher, but your entry point or your purchase price is it's lower. But remember, this is because of the age of the property, and sometimes you will need to do a lot of upgrades before you get it up to be rent ready. Class C properties have a great cap rate, that's for sure. So you'll have, I would say, the majority, the most profit on all the classes in a Class C. And that makes them sought after by individuals who are looking for a good rental real estate deal. So obviously the process, the bottom line is that the property class are practical and affordable. So let's take a look at and review a few of the advantages of owning a C-class rental. So while Class A or maybe even Class B properties may be out of reach or not practical for new investors, they can easily own a lucrative cash flowing property in a Class C neighborhood. The tenants are normally hardworking middle-class families who are looking for long-term rentals. There is also the possibility that the neighborhood can transition to a B location, which can raise the equity of the property. Class C properties present the opportunity to buy an affordable house where value can be added to increase its worth. Now, the cons. Well, the neighborhood has the potential to transition into a D class, which would be very undesirable. However, if you do your homework and research the market, you will be able to avoid investing in a particular Class C location that is on a downward trend, and instead purchase in an area that has great potential. So this is one of the things that I discussed thoroughly during my course, and it is because you got to look at the overall area, not only the specific area or the class of the neighborhood, but what is it around? What is the neighborhood close by? And are you closer to the lower end, which is D, or are you closer to the B neighborhood? So you've got to be careful when you're buying this. You got to kind of predict a little bit what is going to happen. But that is the pros and cons. Remember, C is kind of in the middle, and you can go either direction, go into A neighborhood or to go into a D neighborhood. So be careful with that. So we're almost done with all of the classifications in the neighborhoods. I hope you're enjoying this series, and join me in the last one in the following episode in this show. So we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you for being here on the show. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when there are more shows available. And if you would like to have more information on how to start investing in real estate, please visit my website at www.aracelihernandez.com. Thank you.